Excuse me. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Had a frog in my throat just then. How's everybody doing? Yes, I'm coming down with a little cold or something, y'all. And I was trying to run out real quick and get me my drink, but it's okay. I'll be okay. But how's everybody doing? First, let me say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for those that's tuning in live, because you know you live now. You see that little red little button that got live in and them numbers just strolling. You watching Miss J live, okay? And y'all know I appreciate that. And now if you're watching the replay, you know I appreciate that too, right? Now, how's everybody starting to going? How's everybody doing today, tonight? I'm pretty sure everybody done cook, to get ready to cook, or having fun with the family. But again, thank you for coming here watching me. And I'm not gonna hold you long. So you already know the title: feeling alone or unheard in a marriage. Let's talk about that, y'all. Now, y'all know Miss J. I talk about me before we end. I be very transparent because it happens. It happens when we get married. We get complacent. It happens. But sometimes we try to act like it don't exist and it is not existing. Oh, but it does. It does. It exists. It's very common. Let me set this up here real quick, y'all. It's very common for that to be happening for women and men too, because I'm not gonna leave them out too. I'm not gonna leave them out too. It's very common to be married or in a relationship and you feel alone or unheard. That's really common, y'all. When I was doing my research, I see that is very common. So, y'all, excuse me. So, actually, 1 in 3 married people over the age of 45. I'm in that category. Over the age of 45 have reported, this was a survey that AARP did in 2020. They did a survey, and 1 in 3 people, married people over the age of 45, reported being or feeling lonely in their marriage. And this was the 2028 AARP national survey that was done. But now that doesn't mean it's normal, cause it's not. It don't supposed to be that way. It happens, but it don't supposed to be that way. Thank y'all for coming here. It don't supposed to be that way. It don't. Excuse me. But again, it doesn't mean it's normal, because it's not. But if you're feeling alone in a marriage, it's often a sign. Here it is. It's often a sign that there is an underlying issue in your marriage or relationship or in your own personal life that has not been addressed or resolved. What y'all think about that? Y'all put in the comments your thoughts. Put in the comments y'all thoughts. Let me know. And this for the ones watching the replay too. Because I'm gonna come back and watch and look at my comments. I do respond. But it's often a sign that there is an underlying issue in your marriage or your own personal life that has not been addressed. Now, to be very honest, it doesn't mean you have to accept it or expect it. You don't have to accept it or expect it to happen. And often feeling lonely in a marriage stems from a lack of connection, lack of effort in the relationship or the marriage, or the lack of this is what got me right here when I saw this. When I was doing my research, I saw this word right here. Individuation. Pause that. Feeling lonely in a marriage stems from a lack of connection. I'm reading again. A lack of effort in a relationship or a lack of individuation. And what individuation is? It is a process of forming a stable personality. As a person, we individuates, they gain a clear sense of self that is separated from parents and other people around them. Individuation. So we already know about being married. That's a commitment. When you get married, that is a commitment. When you get married, that's a commitment. We know that, right? But it doesn't mean by being in a marriage that it's okay for us to suffer. It's not right, and it don't mean we have to do that. You don't. So now let's look at the difference. What is the difference between being lonely and and feeling lonely? Because y'all know what? It's a difference. It's a difference. So the difference between being alone and being lonely. Now, being alone means you are in a physical state of not being around or attached to anyone else. That's being alone. That's being alone. Being lonely has more to do with how much your marriage nourish you and how you feel full of your life, excuse me, and how you and how nourish you and how you feel full of your life, how your life can't turn out. Basically, that's being lonely, but that's the one that's we're gonna dive into because it goes deeper. Being lonely is deeper because it's more of a psychological state where people feel like their relationships, the quantity of their relationships, the quality of their relationships are not where they need to be. Everybody have their own expectations when they get married or when they get into a relationship. And you're supposed to. You're supposed to. You can become lonely and not be alone. Check this one out. You can become lonely and not be alone. Now, how many can relate to this one and get ready to say? You can literally be around people, around your husband, around your wife, around, and you still have that feeling of being lonely. It's psychological. You can literally be. How many can relate to that? How many can relate being married right now, or can remember a marriage they had that was dealing with this? It happens. No marriage is perfect. It happens. Being right there in the house with your husband or your wife and feeling lonely is on the what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How many can relate to that? There's no shame in it because it happens. You know you'd have been over there to your friend girl talking about how you so tired of being feeling alone. And this I've been married to this man 5 years, 10 years, or so. You know you done it. Who haven't? Let's get real about it. Who haven't? But you don't have to continue to accept it and expect it. You don't. But again, you can be around a lot of people and still have that feeling and sense of feeling alone, feeling lonely. It's psychological. It is. It's psychological. So what does it mean to be unheard? What do y'all think? Those that's watching, y'all put in the comments. You gonna watch the replay? Give me some thoughts what you think on what it means to be unheard. What does it mean to be unheard? Not being heard has nothing to do with how you do with your volume of your voice. How loud you get. It don't. It don't. Not feeling heard is when you express yourself. your wants or your needs due to previous experiences and they are being ignored. Who can relate? Who can relate to that? Who can relate to sitting, expressing your feelings and they be like, I don't know. Who can relate? Oh, it happens. It's happening right now to a lot of marriages and relationships. Nothing to be ashamed of. As I stated, your needs due to previous experience, they are being ignored. Even though you communicate very clearly, you still feel as though your partner does not understand you, don't care about what you are talking about, period. Even when you speak, they don't care. They ain't got no concern. They hearing it, but they don't. They want you. They want you to hurry up and be quiet. Yeah, you coming in on doing watching a football game. You want to talk about something. They ready for you to be quiet, so you're not being heard. Now, like I said, me ain't go through this too. I'm not gonna sit here and leave them out. I'm not gonna do that. But it's common. It happens in marriages. And it don't mean it has to happen in the marriage of people that have been married for a long time. You can get married this year and the next year you feeling all alone. So I don't want nobody to feel like you gotta be married 8, 9, 10, 15, 25, 30 years for the no. It goes right back to some stuff that you haven't dealt with or some things that's going on in the marriage that has not been addressed. What y'all think? What y'all think? Oh, I know this is a topic here that I knew when I was going to do this, when it was sent to me to do, I knew it was stepping on some toes too. Because like I said, people don't like to hear stuff that need to be talked about. But y'all know Miss J going to do it. Because it happened. It's happening right now in some marriages. It is. But again, you sitting there trying to express and talk about whatever, talk about you want to go back to school, for an example, and I've been home for the past 8 years with the kids. Everybody's in school now. I want to go back to school. They ain't still nothing you saying. And you can see it and you can sense it. Don't have to expect it and don't have to accept it. But did you know this? Not being heard in a marriage, it is the feeling of neglect, being left out, and not being heard is also called, here is the word for it. Here's the actual term for it. Emotional abandonment. Emotional abandonment. That's what is happening when we be in marriages and we're not being heard. It's called emotional abandonment. And this occurs when your partner is so preoccupied with their own concerns, then I tell you, own concerns, that they are even unable to even notice your struggles, your concerns, or problems that you might be experiencing. They so tied up in their own little things, they're not even noticing stuff that's going on with you. They're not even noticing it. Emotional abandonment. Hey, Karika. That's what being unheard. That's the actual thank you for sprinkling, baby. That's the actual term for it. Emotional abandonment. And again, it's feeling of being neglected, being left out. They doing stuff they ain't even trying to include you. They calling the family, wanting to get together, do so and so, but you don't know nothing about it. Emotional abandonment. You gonna know about the day when it get ready to happen. Oh, wait a minute, where you? Oh, we having a cookout, so and so, so so. Oh, we getting together, get ready to go to Jordan's Lake. Oh, you didn't know nothing about it. See, leaving you out. Emotional abandonment. That's a form of being unheard. Okay, being neglected, being left out. Okay? And it's called again emotional abandonment. I'm gonna show y'all something, and I'm gonna get back on what I was talking about. Let me go right here. I want y'all to take a look at that. Take a look at this video and just let me see. Can anybody relate to what you're looking at? Can y'all see? Karika, can you see the video? Let me know. Okay, I see it on my phone. Do anybody know? Can anybody relate to this kind of stuff that's coming? That's coming up? Who can relate to it? Who can relate to it? See, she's sitting there trying to talk, and he's what in this paper. You see what I'm talking about? Look at the expression on her face. Who can relate to this? And those that's watching the replay, put in the comments what you think. You can't see the video. I see it on my phone right here. Yeah, I got it on my phone, Karika. Oh, you can see it. Okay, okay. I thought you said you can't. Thank you, baby. But who? But nothing hurts more than being next to the person you love and still feeling lonely. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Who can relate to that? Thank you, Karika. Who can relate to that? I'm gonna show you again. I'm gonna show you again. Let me see. Can I do it again? Let's see. There it is. One more time. I want to go through. I want to go one more time. Hey, Varsha. Okay. Thank you, Varsha, for being honest, sweetheart. Varsha just said she used to feel like that. It happens. It happens. And y'all let me know if anybody want to come up with me and we talk about this. I put the link down there. But who can like I said, look, she's trying to talk and he's in his paper. Really? It happens. Like I said, look at her face. How many done that right there? How many is doing this right here? How many? It's a lot. It's just about being honest and open about who can relate to this right here. And again, nothing hurts more than being next to the person you love and still feeling lonely. Did y'all get that? Did y'all see that? I put that together because I wanted to show some examples. See, because like I said, I'm going to have my conversation. Because y'all know I keep it 100. I keep 100. But that's what being unheard is. That's a feeling of being unheard and feeling of being alone. It might be some people that's gonna be watching this where we say nothing like it. It's a sad feeling, lonely feeling. Let me put this up so Varsha what Varsha said. Varsha said nothing like it. It's a sad feeling, lonely feeling. Surely is, Varsha. It surely is. Thank you for being honest, sweetheart. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that. We're gonna talk about this today. And this was sent this talk. Y'all know I be telling y'all to send me topics to talk about. This topic was sent to me to talk about. And I knew when it was sent to me, yes, it awesome topic. Because we're gonna talk about it. Thank you, Varsha, for being honest. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. But I want to show that because like I said, I know it's some of us that's married now or that's been married, they can relate to that. They can relate getting to bed and turning your back. Or you don't want to turn your back, but they turn their back. Isolation. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's talk. Let's do this. It's the truth. But you don't have to accept it and expect it. You don't. You don't. But that's emotional abandonment. Emotional abandonment. That's what the being unheard in a marriage means. That's the term. It's emotional abandonment. Now I'm not trying to look. Like I say, I gave you that example how they making plans to do so and so and so and so. You don't even know nothing about it until the morning it get ready to happen. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yeah, we all get ready to go. Now you what? Now you trying to decide. You already pissed off because you just finding out. Now you trying to decide if you want to go or not. Now and if you do, you got to rush and get ready. Emotional abandonment, or be invited to something, or somebody invite them to something, and invite you and your wife or you and your husband. That they want you to bring your wife or the husband. Oh, you don't. Or he or she going by herself, leaving you out. hmm It happens. It happens. Let's see what Varsha said. Varsha said that's when a lot of depression sets in. You hit it on the head, Varsha. That's when a lot of depression starts setting in on people. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Let me see what else Varsha said. And y'all forgive me, apologize for keep leaning over because my desktop is sitting back up here and I got to reach up here to do what I got to do. I need a bigger desk. I get it right. Y'all know me. I'm going to get it right for y'all. And it's a rolling effect. There you go. Thank you, Varsha. Thank you. Thank y'all for being in here. I appreciate y'all communicating and helping and commenting and interacting with me. But like I said, I showed that video because I know somebody has been through it, is going through it. Thank you, Varsha. So now, what are the signs? Let's look at these signs. And y'all let me, y'all ain't gotta let me know. Just ask yourself if you want to be open enough to say, yeah, I did. Just do it, but I'm not telling you to do it, because I don't want to embarrass nobody. Um, but here's some signs. First, let's look at the signs of feeling unheard. Who been through this? They have subjective memory loss. Like when your partner keeps forget about stuff you asked about or you mentioned about or you told about, but they can remember their co-worker birthday. They can remember everybody's birthday, but they can't remember what you said to them. Have a selective memory. Okay. They become very busy when you say you want to talk. All of a sudden they got stuff they got to go do. Okay, let me go do. They get on. They trying to find stuff to do now. Hello, hello. They ready to fix stuff now because you want to talk. You want to tell them, I want to talk to you about. I'm thinking about going back to school. I've been for the past 3, 4, 5 months. I've been thinking about trying to go back to school. Now they want to go fix. Now they want to go fix the cabinet in the kitchen that's been falling off the hinge for 3 months. Oh, now they want to go fix them cabinets now. Yeah, that part. Okay. They prefer to pick an argument with you. They want to pick an argument with you. And see, because they're going to do that because they know you're going to stop talking about it. They're going to pick an argument with you. Yeah, They're going to pick an argument with you because they know that's gonna shut you up. Somebody can relate. Or they're gonna say they're gonna sleep on. You know what? They say they letting you talk. But after you talk, they telling you, you know what I think about it. Give me a week or so. Let me think about it. They sleep. Where they're gonna sleep on it. They always promise to think about it or handle it the next morning. That part. Mm-hmm. Yes. Or they compare your situation to other people. Your partner just wants they want to make you think The way you doing it is wrong, but the way the other people did it was right. They comparing y'all situation with other people, but you doing it wrong. You talking about it wrong. You handling it wrong. But the people that comparing you to, oh, they did it just right. But you is handling it wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. You said it, Varsha. They pick an argument so they can leave. Or compare with their past, yeah, relationships. Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are some signs of not feeling unheard. All right. Thank you, Varsha. Varsha said, when the other person is never at fault. There we go. Thank you, Varsha. So now, I know some people can relate to that. Thank you, Varsha, for your comments. I appreciate you being open and honest. Um, I know some people have been through it. But now let's look at the signs of feeling alone. Let's look at the signs of feeling alone. You feel lonely even when you're together. Didn't I just tell you, Boo Boo could be laying right in the bed with you, just feeling so alone. It feels like there is a separation between you. Who can relate? Here's some signs. You don't talk to each other like you used to. Barely talking in the house with one another 24/7, or by the time both of you get off work, you might say, hey, how you doing? And that's it. Cook dinner, hardly no conversation. You find reasons to avoid your spouse. Now they found a reason not to come home for a while, or vice versa, or you find a reason not to come home for a while, avoiding your spouse. This is These are signs of feeling alone. The person avoiding you. And you rarely or barely or to stop having sex. Woo! Did I just drop the bomb? Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you again. You don't talk to each other anymore like you used to. And you're finding reasons to avoid your spouse. And you rarely, barely, then stop having sex. Now, all that's going on right in that marriage, but don't y'all know a marriage can be fixed? Do y'all understand that a marriage can be fixed? Now, I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to stop it right here because I'm about to end it. Because y'all know Miss J keep it 100. It ain't no secret Miss J been married 28 years. This is 22. 7 years ago. This stuff right here that I'm talking about, I was going through it 7 years ago. I was. That's why when I did this research, I was like, oh my God, this is what was going on with me. But see what Miss J did, yes, because I already told her Malfi. And I'm pretty sure some of my Facebook babies probably feel the same way too, but it's okay. But see what Miss J do, and what Miss J did. See, Miss J like to have conversations, and I had a very serious conversation, very serious conversation, a very serious conversation where it's gonna be my stuff sitting right there. Got to make some changes. Mm-hmm. I know that feeling of feeling lonely. See, I can talk about myself. I can talk about myself. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. I can't talk about Varsha. I can't talk about Karika. I can talk about myself. Because I know what I dealt with. But see, I fought that thing. We fought that thing head on. And you have, that's why I say a marriage can be fixed. If, let's roll it back now. If the two people want it to be fixed. But if you don't want to be fixed, hey, do you. Do you, boo boo. But if you want it to be fixed, it can. It can. Oh, yeah, I went through that. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not. That's why I said I can talk about me. And if I do something, if I do, y'all know if I do a topic up here and Miss Jada been through, I'm going to tell you my story. Yes, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. It's no fun. I know that feeling. I knew something wasn't right. I knew I didn't handle business feelings way and I got a husband. No. No. The devil was a lie. And I mean that with all my heart. This 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. But see, you have to, everybody has to take responsibility. Responsibility. That's the big word. Everybody in the party has to take responsibility for things that not the thing that's for them things that's not right and that has to be corrected. And then start correcting and work on. Who can agree with me? Who can agree with me? Varsha said, it can be fixed if they want it to be fixed. It takes two to want it, though. That's exactly right. Exactly right, Varsha. Accountability. Varsha said, Lord, we be thinking alike. Yes. Yes. It's the truth. It happens. And and I'm be very honest. A lot of that, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm gonna keep it 100 up here. Cause y'all know that's what I do on my platform. But I know I talk about a lot. I have talked about a lot of topics. And it behooves me that I don't see a lot of my queens up in here. It used to be disturbing to me, but now it's not because I get it. Because some people don't want to hear stuff. Some people rather keep it up on the rug. I ain't trying to hear. I ain't trying to hear about that right there. Sometimes you may need to. Sometimes somebody just need that push. It's nothing wrong with being pushed a little bit, or encouraged a little bit, or enlightened a little bit. Topics like this, my queen's supposed to be lined up out here. Let's talk about it. But everybody, some people just so, what's that word? So timid. I'm not talking about that. I'm not going to watch that. Why not? So, like I said, going back to what I said, I could talk about me. I went through it. The word went through it. Not going through it. Went through it. I could talk about me. And that's what I did. That's what I did. But it can be fixed. Now let me show you how it can be fixed. The feeling of being alone can be fixed. Tell your spouse you are lonely. If you got to put it in his damn lunchbox on while he on the way to work and he gonna see it and note, I'm lonely. Tell your spouse you are lonely. And plan to handle the loneliness. There it is. That's what we did. Plan on handle the loneliness together. And you got to start back reconnecting with your partner. Start back reconnecting with your partner. Y'all know the best thing that I just love to do. And I said this in my event that I did. And if y'all haven't done this, somewhere down the line, do it. Sit back with your partner and y'all just start talking about the day y'all met. Especially y'all been together over 30 something years or 28 years or 40 years. Sit back and talk about when y'all first met. And I'm telling you, you talking about something that's gonna give y'all two a good laugh, because I know you can tease him. You can tease how his haircut was, the Bobby Brown one, whatever. You can tease the bell bottom pants. You will be surprised how you and your mate gonna sit right there and be to laugh so hard, and you probably haven't laughed like that in a long time. I'm just saying. And then find opportunities to be together. Instead of trying to find opportunities to not go home, find opportunities to be together. Varsha said they want people knowing their business and stuff in silence. She said, I never stopped talking about when we first met or old. That's right, Varsha. That's right. Pull out them old pictures. Pull out that wedding book that's sitting over there, that's been sitting over there, probably to collect dust. I don't know, I'm just saying. Wipe that thing off, and everybody, the children gone for the weekend. Y'all sit there with y'all with your whatever you drink in your glass, whatever, and just open that wedding book up and just get to talk about when y'all first met. And you're gonna be very surprised what come out of each other's mouth. Yeah, remember when so and so? So you don't do that no more. Why? Now y'all communicating. Now you're talking. That thing, but you used to so whatever, come in the bathroom and I be in there brushing my teeth and just having a conversation with me. You don't do that no more. Why? See, now he's asking a question. That's communicating. That's communicating. You will be very surprised. Thank me later. Thank me later. What Vasha say? Thank you, Vasha. Thank you for interacting with me. I've only been married going on 6 years, but I still try to keep that spark. That's right. I don't care if it's just riding to the. That's right. If it's just riding to the store. If it's just riding to the store. If you there and Bay there, children gone or children in their room chilling till you get dinner, and you don't want to ride to the store by yourself, babe, come on, ride me to the store. And y'all ride on to the store. Hold each other hands while whoever driving, put your hand on the steering wheel, put your hand on the gear thing on top of theirs. Just being together. Find time to spend time together instead of trying to get away from your partner. And of course, go to therapy. People always say, I can't afford therapy. Yes, you can. If you work and you got a job, you have the employee assistant program where they got that's what that stands for. That's what that's for. That's for any type of thing that you need to have done mentally, psychologically. That's employee assistance program. That's what that's for if you didn't know. Ask me how I know. If you got a job and they offer EAP, employee assistance program, that's what that's for. And yes, you'll be surprised. You make your appointment, you ain't got to pay but $30. You'll be surprised. So stop trying to think. Now I just dropped the nugget for y'all. If you got a job, and if you do got a job, go in there Monday and ask them, look, do we have EAP? Go to HR, call HR. Ask them, do we have EAP? They gonna know what you're talking about. And if they say, yeah, you've been working that job, 10 years and didn't know it? And if you're going through something like this, start using that EAP. Find you a therapist. Of course, you got to talk with your partner, because sometimes when you get talking about going to therapy, some people just get all freaked out in the head. But don't realize sometimes that's what it happens. But sometimes it might need a third party. Sometimes two people can work it out by themselves. I'm just saying. But that's how to fix feeling lonely. But then let's look at how to fix feeling unheard. You got to start that conversation out very slowly and gently. Don't just dive right in there. Slowly and gently, okay? But see, what we also got to make sure we do, we take a look at ourselves. We got to step back and take a look at our behavior. What are we doing? And be honest. Because sometimes we know, I'm just going to say it. Sometimes we know we are messing up. Sometimes we know we slacking up. But see, we'll get in that mode. But shit, I ain't doing so and so and so and so and so and so and so. Because of how we're feeling. That's why you to stop adding them clothes. That's why you to stop making sure them clothes laid out for he get ready to go to work 11 to 7. That's why you to stop when he getting off work 7 o'clock in the morning. That's why you to stop getting up, making sure he got breakfast ready when he come in for working 11 for working third shift. See, cause now we in our feelings. We're not feeling appreciated. See, we feeling that loneliness. Yeah, That's why we to stop doing it. But see, you can't continue to do that if you don't talk about it. Okay? Now, this is a hard one right here. When I saw this, I'm like, okay. We got to sometimes give our partner the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I might have to give our partner the benefit of the doubt. Varsha said they can take the time to write the things they like and don't like about the person and open a discussion to try to... There you go. Good. There we go, Varsha. Good thing. There we go. Good thing, Varsha. Good thing. And realize that you're going to have to talk about the issue sometime or another. You're going to have to talk about it one way or another. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. But remember, go in it slowly and gently. This is how we fix a feeling unheard, okay? And use the I statements. Don't use we. Use I. See, because you going, this is the way I feel. This is the reason why I feel this way. Don't use the word, don't use we. I. Use I statements. All right? I just gave you some examples. All right? And check that your partner is understanding you. You sitting there talking with them. Now, what you want to do after you finish talking, you done talk about 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes. You done start talking. You be quiet, and then you ask them, "Can you tell me what I just said to you?" Now, that person sit there and look at you with that dumb look on their face. It went through one ear without the other ear. But you've been talking for 5 minutes, and you taking a break. You're gonna stop. And you gonna ask that person, can you tell me what I just, a couple of things I just said to you? They ain't gotta tell you verbatim, but they look at you and they can give you 4, 5 things that they heard, that they received out of what you said to them. They're listening. But they get that. What you mean? Why I got to tell you what you said? See that being deflective now, being combative now, cause they ain't heard you. They ain't heard you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So let me see what Varsha said again. And thank y'all for coming in here. People have to go ahead and talk about situations rather than letting them fester and blow up later. And then that's when you're going to say stuff that deep in your heart, you know you don't mean. You know you don't mean it. But you saying it. Because you let it sit right there and fester. Can't do that. Now I'm getting ready to bottom line this. Get ready to close it out. I know when we get married, we become complacent. I get that. We become complacent. To the point where we just take what's being issued out to us. We just take it. And it's all for the sake of being married, right? But let's face it, no marriage, no marriage. I don't care what your neighbor done told you. They been married 30 years. They never had an argument. No marriage is perfect. No marriage. I don't care how much money you got. And then the one that be going through it too. I don't care how rich you are. No marriage is perfect. Period. But when you just as well as your partner have the right in the marriage to openly and honestly point out to each other their feelings and express how important it is to be taken seriously. Let's face it, y'all. Let's face it. We, you, me, we didn't get married to feel alone or unheard. Did y'all hear what I just said? I'm going to say that part again. Me, you, we, us, we did not get married to feel alone or unheard. We didn't do that for that. So try to make some changes because you have the right to be in a marriage feeling loved and feeling whole. See, being in a marriage and not feeling loved or feeling whole, that's a problem. But now that this where it comes where it gets harder. Because if you don't know what's wrong with you, how can you fix anything else? Mic drop. If you don't know what's wrong with you, how can you fix anything else? How can you begin to fix anything else? Because a lot of us be bringing baggage. We be bringing baggage. But we still don't get married to feel alone. And like I said, I'm going to go back to that video. I know some images on that video somebody can relate to because I can. I can. Sure can. With that being said, anybody else got a thing they want to add? Yes, it's a difference between active listening and listening. Thank you, Varsha. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you for that. Well, I'm getting ready to end it. Whenever I do my bottom line, I'm ending it. I want to thank y'all for coming out. This topic, like I stated, this topic was sent to me to do. And I knew I was going to do it. I knew I was going to do it. It had to be done. Great topic. Thank you. Yes, this topic was sent to me. So, with that being said, don't nobody else have nothing they want to say, they want to talk about or want to bring up? I thank you. Thank you to those that came and stuck in here with me. Those that came and peeked their head in and listened a little bit, thank you too. And those that's going to be watching the replay, I thank you too. Y'all have a good night. And y'all know what? Miss J is out of here. I really thank y'all for coming in. I mean, I really do. Because this was a topic that it needs to be done. Thank you.